Now, first thing you're going to do is I don't like the word and here. Okay, so you're going to mark that word out, and you're going to put the word or. Okay, should be multiplication or division. Okay, second thing is we're going to do the same thing with addition and subtraction. Okay, addition and subtraction should be or addition and subtraction. Okay, so that's the first thing you need to do is take those and mark them out. Now, the very first thing you do in any time you're doing order of operation, okay, if we didn't have order of operation, we would do problems and everybody would get different answers, okay, because you just do what you felt like doing first, okay. It'd be like this. Let's say in Genesis chapter 1, God created cows. He created all the animals. Well, if he didn't have the earth, where would the animals have been? They're just out everywhere, floating. Okay? So obviously, as we see in the Word, God had a specific order that He wanted to create things in. Okay? He didn't create the oceans and then create the earth. Okay? He created the earth. Okay? He created the things on the earth. Okay? So He had an order so things would not be chaotic. Okay? Just like when we come in here, you're supposed to come in, bell rings, supposed to be in your seat, sitting quietly. You know, there's certain order that you do stuff. This is mathematical order. Okay? PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication or division, add or subtract. Now, you will see here that both of those say from left to right. Okay? Well, we must have that up here as well. Okay? It applies to everything in order of operation. You must move left to right. As you're moving left to right, you run across the parentheses, you must do what's inside the parentheses. Okay? If you don't have any parentheses and you're moving left to right and you run across an exponent, then you got to do the exponent. Okay? And we're fixing to see a bunch of examples of these, and it will hopefully come through to you. Now, most of you have probably heard of the saying that we help remember order of operation. It's an acronym. It's an acronym. It says, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay? I don't have an Aunt Sally, but please excuse her. Okay? And that's for you to remember the P, the E, M, D, A, S. That's why we use the acronym, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay? But what I want you to do down here is what we did up there. Put the word or in between those two. It's multiplication or division. You don't go through and do all the multiplication and forget the division signs and then go back through and do all the division signs. You don't do that. Okay? You do whatever one of those two signs you run up against first. Okay? So it's multiplication or division. All right? Let's move to the next page. All right, on this page here, okay, at the top, says determine which step you do first in the following problems. Okay? Okay. Gabby?
Did you ask, the first step?
No. Well, we're going to come down here. Jacob? Huh? Okay. Didn't ask for it yet. I'm reading. I was reading what it said up at the top of the page. So there shouldn't be any questions. I just read a sentence. I read the sentence. Determine which step you should. Okay. Whoa. Wow, it freaked out on me. Okay, I'm reading this sentence right there. Okay. All right, now let's look at the actual problems. Johanna, did you have a question? No answers yet. Thank you for wanting to. First one, we have 12 divided by 3 plus parentheses 6 times 2, close parentheses times 9 plus 16. And they give you 4 choices for your first step. They give you 3 plus 6. So they're saying take that 3 and add it to that 6. Step B, 9 plus 16, so they're saying do that first. 12 divided by 3, they're saying do that first. 6 times 2 in parentheses, do that first. So, Cameron, what's the first thing I would do in that problem? A, B, C, or D? D is in dog? All right, D is in dog. Okay, so you're going to put D over here in blank 1. You don't have to circle it. I'm just circling it so I know which one I answered. Okay, you're going to put D in answer blank number 1. Number 2. Raise your hand if you think you know what to do on number 2. Jacob? 13 minus 6, yes. So that is B. So we're going to put B over here in the answer blank. Okay? On number 3, Isaiah. 20 divided by 4 on number 3? 40 divided by 4. Okay, 40. Yes, what letter is that? C, that is correct. So we put C in the answer blank. Okay, now we're going to move down. You get the idea there. Now we're going to move down to number 6. Number 6 says 40 divided by 8 plus 3 plus 18 minus 9 times 2. So we're looking at this one right there. Okay? Now, I don't like the choices they gave you here because it makes it easier on you. Okay? Which one do you think we do first? Trinity? B, as in 9 times 2? No, I'm on 6. I'm on 6. What do you think about number 6? Which one am I going to do first? C? Yes. 40 divided by 8. C. So we go up here to blank number 6 and you put C. Okay? Real easy. Not hard. Okay? Now, let's look at 7. 7 says 18 minus 9 plus 9 times 5 plus 40 divided by 5. Okay? Who has the answer? Quade.
Look back.
Huh?
Look back.
You don't need to look back. It's right here.
Oh, okay.
Which one do you think I do first? A, B, C, or D?
B.
B? Let's see here. I can see what B says. Yes, that is correct. B is what I would do first. So we go over here to number 7 and we put the letter B. Okay, the reason we do B is because there's no parentheses, there's no exponents, so we do multiplication or division. So as I move from left to right, there's a subtraction, a plus, a times, a plus, a division. So I do the times first. That's what 9 times 5 is. Okay? Now, number 8. Number 8, I'm going to have to expand a little here so I can actually see the correct sign. Okay, there we go. All right, number 8. Who has an answer for me? Lily. 2 plus 24? No. No, it's a good guess, but no. Let's see, Gabby.
14 divided by 2.
Okay, and what letter is that? C. Okay, so that's the one. We do division before we do addition or subtraction. So you don't do the addition or subtraction. You move from left to right, and so that's the first thing I run into. All right, now shrink it back down, and we're looking at. Whoops, let me put it in the answer blank. up here for number 8, C. All right, now we're moving on. Next page. Now we're on the order of operation page. Go ahead and put your name there. Go ahead and put your name there. This is Coach Smith.
You're not going to put, you're not going to do number 10, right?
Nope.
Okay.
No, I got to leave some of them for y'all to do by yourself. Okay. All right. Now, number 1. Number 1 says 6 times 7 in parentheses divided by 7. Okay. What do I do first? Now we're actually completing these. We're taking it all the way down. Okay, what do I do first, Lily, darling? 6 times 7. Okay. Quade, what is 6 times 7? 42. So I do that first, and that leaves me with 7. Leaves me with 42 divided by 7, and that is what, Kate? Do you? Right here. There you go. Shania. 6. It is 6. 42 divided by 7 is 6. So my answer here is 6. Now, on some of these problems you're going to see in a second, you're probably not going to have enough room to work all of it underneath. Okay, so if you got to use the side margins, that's fine. But remember, circle your answer. Okay, circle your answer. Do number 2 on your own. Do number 2 on your own. Raise your hand when you have the answer. Please show your work. One of the major problems that students have when they do order of operation is they don't continue to rewrite the problem. They try to do it all in their head. Some of these problems you're not going to be able to do in your head. Okay? We'll get to some in just a second. Please don't work ahead. All right. Cameron, what did you get? You got 1. Okay, that would be correct. Cameron, what did you do first? Okay, you did the parentheses first, which says 9 minus 8. And that's what you get. 1 divided by 1, which is 1. Now, number 3. Number 3. What do I do first in number 3? Trinity, what do I do first? 3 divided by 3. Isaiah, what's 3 divided by 3?
3. Wait, 1.
There you go. Thank you. We do 3 divided by 3 first, and that is 1. And that gives me, that is what I have left in the problem. Okay, that is what I have left. 1 times 1 plus 2 plus 1. Okay, what do I do next? Quade, what do you think? Okay, you do the 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. So now I have 1 times 3 plus 1. What is 1 times 3 plus 1? What do I do next, Nikki? Yeah, what do I do next? Do I add, multiply, or what? Multiply. What do I multiply, Shania? Yes, we multiply 3 times 1 here, and that's 3. And then I add 1 to that, which makes 4. Okay? So that's how I do that one. Let's shrink her back down a little bit. All right, let's move on. Let's see here. Let's look at number 6. Number 6. Number 6 says 3 times 5 plus parentheses, 4 plus 5 times 4, close parentheses. So, what do I have to do first? Judah. Okay, I have to do the parentheses. Now, here comes the part where some people will mess up. What do I do inside the parentheses? Tayshawn. No. Think Think about order of operation. Listen to me. Hey, hands down, hands down. I want you to think. When you come to a parentheses and it has more than one operation in it, then you have to revert back to exponents, multiplication or division, add or subtract. Okay? So in this problem, I have 4 plus 5 times 4 in the parentheses. Okay? So I must do the multiplication first. I must do that part right there first. So 5 times 4 is 9. Okay? That's what I have left in the parentheses. Now, I just go ahead and add that, which is 13. And now I have 3 times 5 plus 13. Okay? 3 plus 5, 3 times 5 plus 13. Okay? We have to do what? Oh, my bad. I did exactly what Tayshawn told me to do. See, I followed directions. My bad. There we go. All right. Now, 3 times 5 plus 24. So I have to do 3 times 5, which is 15, plus 24. Okay, as you can tell, I'm running out of room, so I'm going to move over to the side. 15 plus 24 is what? Erica? 39. Good. So your answer to this one is 39. Okay? Now, let's move over here. I want you to do 7 and 8 on your own. 7 and 8, do on your own. 7 and 8, do on your own. All right. Back to where we started. Whoops. Hang on here. Now back to where we started. Now, obviously, the stuff I did is not on there because I've been moving screens. Okay. Let's see here. Number 7. Number 7. Jacob, before you fall out of your chair, what did you get for number 7? 16. That is correct. Okay. It's 16 because we do this right here first, 8 plus 3. That is a plus, right? Yeah. Okay. We do 8 plus 3 first, which is 11. So that gives me 2 times 11 minus 6. Okay. 2 times 11 is 22 minus 6, which is 16. Now, who has number 8? Number 8's a little bit difficult. We had a little larger numbers on this one. Nick, what'd you get? 455. 455, that is correct. Okay. Now, here's why. We do the parentheses first. So that's 4 times 7 is what I do first. That's 28. Times 4, still in parentheses, times 4 plus 7. 28 times 4, 112. Times 4 plus 7. This is where you commonly make mistakes. A lot of people will take the 4 plus 7 and put it together. Can't do that. Okay? As we move left to right, you have a multiplication sign, then an addition sign. So I have to do the multiplication sign first, which is 448 plus 7. 448 plus 7, 455. Okay? That's how we got the 455. All right. Let's look at number 9. Number 9, what do I do first in number 9? Judah. Parentheses. Okay, but what in the parentheses do I do first? Division. So I'm going to do 8 divided by 2. What is 8 divided by 2, Quade? No, 8 divided by 2, not multiplied by 2. 4. So 8 divided by 2 is 4 minus 1. That's what's left in the parentheses. What is 4 minus 1? Brittany? 3. So here's what I have. 3 divided by 3 times 1. Okay? So what do I do next? Lily? Okay? Right. That is correct. Okay, we got 3 divided by 3, which is 1. That leaves us with 1 times 1, which you multiply it out, and you get 1. You're confused? Why? What are you confused on?
Aren't we doing every, I was doing what you were doing,
Mm-hmm.
and then I got confused on the part where y'all said that we're dividing by 3.
Yes, right here, you have 4 minus 1. So in other words, let me move it down so I can show you on the screen. Right here, you did 8 divided by 2, okay, and that got you 4. Then we've got 4 minus 1 is that 3. Now the parentheses are gone. So I don't have parentheses. What I have is 3 divided by 3 times 1. This goes back to why we put the word or in there instead of multiplication and division or division, okay?
Yeah, because I thought the multiplication came after.
No, it's multiplication or division. Either one, it's whichever one you move through and find first, okay? So we found this one first, so I've got to do that one first, okay? So like if I had a bunch of these, if I had 3 times 4 divided by 5 times 6 divided by 7, something like that, well, I'd do the 3 times 4 first, but then I'd have to do the division sign next, and then I'd have to do that multiplication sign, then I'd have to do that division sign, okay? So the 2 signs are together. It's just whichever one you run into first, that's the one you have to do, okay? Other questions before I move on? No problem. All right, let's move to the other page. Back of that page you're on right there, number 21. All right. The second part of this doesn't have parentheses, but it does have problems with exponents. Okay? So, the first one there, 21, says 3 plus 8 squared plus 4. So what do I do first? Lily Darling? Exponents. So I have to do the 8 squared first. Somebody tell me what 8 squared means. Brittany? 8 times what? 8 to the second power, but how do you express it? You're right, it is 16. No, you're wrong, it isn't 16. Nikki? What? It's 64, but how do you get that? Tayshawn? Well, you do whatever the exponent tells you to do. So it's 8 times 8. Okay? 8 times 8 is the 64. So now I have 3 plus 64 plus 4. You did learn it. We talked about powers of 10 just last week. 10 to the second power, we said, was 10 times 10. We said 10 to the third power is 10 times 10 times 10. Okay? So, now, what's the rest of the problem? What's the answer? I want the answer. Sophia, 71. That is the answer. Okay? The reason that's the answer is we do 3 plus 64 next, which is 67 plus 4. Okay? 67 plus 4 equals the 71. All right, let's move to number 22. 22 says 2 squared times 4 plus 7 plus 1. So, Jacob, what do I do first? 2 times 2, which is 2 to the second power, okay, which is 4. So that leaves me with 4 times 4 plus 7 plus 1. Okay? So what do I do next, Judah?
4 times 4.
Which is?
16.
What? 16. So I have 16 plus 7 plus 1. Now all I have is addition, so I just add it up from left to right. I get what? Lily, darling? 24. So my answer is 24 for that problem. Okay? Let's look at 24, the number 24. Not the answer, but let's look at the number 24. Quade, what am I going to do first on 24? Which multiplication? Well, what about those little 2's up there? Okay. We're going to do 6 to the second power first. We're going to do that one right there. That means 6 times 6. What is 6 times 6? Tayshawn? 36. Times 5 to the second divided by 6 plus 4 minus 8. As you can tell, I rewrote the problem now that I've done the first step. Second step would be what? Gabby?
Multiply 36 times 25.
Why 25? Yeah, you're on the right track. Just tell me that step you did.
You do 5 times 5.
Right. Yeah. You do 5 times 5 next because that's 5 to the second power. Okay? So that's 36 times 25 divided by 6 plus 4 minus 8. Now, I'm obviously out of room, so I'm going to scoot over to the side here, and we're going to take 36 times 25 divided by 6, right, yeah, plus 4 minus 8. So what do I do next? Cameron, what do I do next? 36 times 25. Who can tell me what 36 times 25 is? Kate. 900. Very good. 36 times 25 is 900. She's either got that down, memorized, or she's working ahead of us, which is either one of them are good. Okay? All right. So that's what I've got next. So what do I do next? Quade. La La Land. Write down that next step. Did you write it down? 900 divided by 6. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Huh? That's what it says. 900 divided by 6 plus 4 minus 8. You were staring off into oblivion. Trinity, help me out. What do I do? What do I divide? Okay, I divide 900 by 6. So that would be 6 right there. It says right here, 900 divided by 6 right there. So we're doing that one right there. Nikki, what is it? 150. All right. So you get 150 plus 4 minus 8. So what do I do next? Judah. Plus the 4. So that'd be 154 minus 8. Which means is what? Tayshawn. Very good. 146. Okay. So, obviously, that's a fairly long one. It's one of the longer ones. Okay? But hopefully you wrote it down, so now you have it done. All right, now, do 31 on your own. 31 on your own. $31 right there on your own. 6 squared divided by 1 squared plus 7. Nick, I hadn't talked to you today much. What'd you get? 43. Sounds good to me. Now, here's why. 6 squared is 36. 1 squared, this is where probably some of you made a mistake. 1 times 1. 1, not 2. Some of you may have put 2. Okay. 36 divided by 1 is 36 plus 7, 43. All right, now, here's what you're going to do for homework. All right, listen. All right. You're going to do that 1 through 10, page 2, 1 through 10. Okay. So most of that's already done for you. Okay. And then on this page, you're going to do 1 through 18. Okay. We'll do the rest tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and divide it up into 2 days. Thought I might be able to get it caught, but it's going to give you too much homework. So you got 1 through 18 here. Okay, so 19 and 20 you're not doing on this page right here. Okay, this page right here, you're not doing 19 or 20. And you're not going to do any of 21 through 35. Okay, we'll do it tomorrow. But you got to have 1 through 18 right here done, as well as the 1 through 10 up here. Okay, Jacob? Yeah, stapler's right here on my desk. Any questions?